Okay children, today we shall be looking into one more poem, the Ball poem from Standard 10, written by John Berryman. Here, the poet has given a life lesson. It's just a very common one, silly one, whichever every child must have experienced it. We have many toys, we have many dolls, and ball is the important toy in our life when we are very young, and first when we are so very fascinated with our balls. The ball keeps on rolling, we run behind, we play with it, and ball is such a kind of toy that we are very possessive about the ball and we are very fascinated about the balls also. Children generally they like balls. The balls are very important in our life. The balls so happen we can even say there are lots of so many experiences attached to the ball. The same way the poet takes a example of a ball and he says it is a ball poem and it is related to the boy. The boy here, and I have given some of the glossary, the meanings are given, and I want you immediately make a note of these meanings in your textbook and then sit with the explanation. Here generally we have the poem going with short, yeah, 4 lines, which we say it is a stanza, but here the poet has gone with 18 lines and there is no stanza in between. It is continuously the poet is telling something to us. And there are lots of experiences related to our life the poet wants us to know, and he is telling how we are supposed to come out from those griefs. The pain whatever we have, how we are supposed to come out and how we learn coming out from those griefs. So let us start the poem. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go merrily bouncing down the street and then merrily over. There it is in the water. He is seen. The boy is playing with the ball. And the ball, it keeps on bouncing, we play, and it keeps on rolling also. We run behind it and we hold. Sometimes it so happens, if it is a sloping side and the ball rolls faster, then the child can go and take the ball. Before that, the ball rolls off and it goes off into the water, where the boy stands looking at the ball that he cannot reach into the water to get his ball back. Helplessly is standing at the edge there and looking at the ball. How sad he becomes. He is very sad that he lost such an important one, such a very, where he thinks that it is important thing in his life. He loses it, he sees it going off and he is so very helpless, is not able to get that back, is making him more sad. So this is the situation where a small boy with a small ball is facing that situation, the sadness he is facing for the first time when he loses his small ball. So the ball is merrily, happily, when the boy was playing with the ball was happy and the boy was happy. And we see that the ball is rolling down and it is happily rolling down and finally it lands off into water. So where it goes off into water, the boy gets very sad. Come to the other 4 lines. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. The poet comes in between and he says, see the first one there, no use to say, oh, there are other balls. He says, there is no use in saying the boy that it's okay. We can have other ball, let the ball go. It's so very easy to. But he says there is no use. He can get other ball, but he cannot get the same experiences, whatever he got with the lost ball, with the other ball. So there is no use. You can get one more thing, you can get the second thing, you can even change the things for yourself. The possessions you can change. But whatever the experience and attachment you have, the sentiments you have, the emotions you have with the possession, the thing, that cannot be brought by the other thing. So he says there is no use. Of course, I can get many more balls. He can throw hundreds of balls and I can get hundreds of balls for him. But there is no use in saying that one because the ball here represents the emotions. Once the ball is lost, the emotions along with the ball are going away, and you're attached to that one. Those emotions become sad. The experiences whatever I had with the ball. So the poet says there is no use in saying that there are many more balls. You can get many more balls, but no use. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy, and it is ultimately the grief, the sadness. He is so very sad. The boy got fixed up there. The poet wants the boy to come out from there. He is trying to bring the boy back. He wants to remove those griefs and all. But the boy is so very into sadness that he stood rigid. He is not moving and continuously staring at the ball, because that ball is giving. He is trying to get all the experiences and attachments along with the ball. He is looking at the ball. He is staring at the ball continuously. As he stands rigid, trembling and staring down, all his young days, whatever, how many days he has played with that ball, those all experiences, every experience, 10 days, 100 days, whatever he has played with the ball, everything just rolled off into the harbor, into the water. His experiences, his attachments, everything went off into the water. So the boy is very sad, and he is standing very rigidly there, and he is looking at the ball. Come to the other part, other 4 lines. I would not intrude on him. A dime, another ball is worthless. Now he senses first responsibility in a world of possessions. People will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy. Now he is saying, okay, I would not intrude to him. Intrude is trespassing. Whatever the feelings he is having, he is standing there. The poet says, I would not like to trespass. I would not like to interfere into those feelings. Let the boy experience those feelings, whatever he has lost. He don't want to disturb that one. That is the kind of lesson that boy is learning. That is the first responsibility in his life. He had something in his hand and that is lost, and how he is learning something, the first lesson in his life is learning. So let the boy learn the responsibility. So I don't want to interfere into that experience. The boy is sad, of course, but still let the boy learn. If something is lost, how that knowledge, how should I get that knowledge to overcome from that sadness? So the poet says he don't want to intrude with the boy. And he is saying that balls will be in a world of possessions. You'll have so many things. Here the balls he is identifying, he is relating to all the materialistic world. It's not a simple ball. In the very young age, your first toy can be a ball. But next on, when you are growing, you'll have lots of many things will be coming to your life and you possess them. And it is like a car, your house, your room, any of your articles which are related with you. This ball is related to all the articles in your life which are going to come to you. They are the possessions you'll be having in your life. And as the time goes on, meantime, as the time goes on and on, once or the other time you have to leave those things and you have to make a forward move. You can't stop there. So he says this is the first lesson he is learning, how he lost his ball and he has to come out from there and he has to go on with his life. So this is how he is trying to give the lesson to the boy. Balls, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always. Sometimes the things whatever we have, they get lost. Sometimes somebody will take away from us. Sometimes somehow or the other, the things will be going away from us. Is it there in your life that whatever the thing in the younger age you had, you are still having it with you? As the time goes on, you don't even remember where did that particular thing go off, your ball go off, that particular color ball go off, and what happened to that one, that also you don't remember because you are moving on in your life. At that time when the ball was lost or any of your thing is lost, you are very sad and you feel as if the life has ended and there is no life without that. But as days pass, it gives you a heal and you are with a new thing and you make a forward move in your life. So poet want to say the same to the boy, saying that this is the first responsibility that the boy is learning in the poem, and after losing the ball. Coming to the next 4 lines, and no one buys a ball back. Money is external. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes. This epistemology of loss, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days. How to stand up. This is the very important part here. Epistemology is a branch of philosophy where it teaches about the knowledge. It is the dealing with the study of knowledge. So he is saying that this is the time where boy actually is learning the things. Epistemology he has used because that is a whole thing of chapter, like it is, you can say, it is a study of the whole people's psychology. So how to learn to come out of those sadness, those griefs is the epistemology. So the poet is saying how the boy is trying to come out of that one, that he is learning. See here, he is learning well behind his desperate eyes. The eyes are very sad, but from behind, from back of his eyes, in his mind, what is he doing? He is learning the life lesson. So this is the way he is trying to put. The eyes is showing the sadness as if everything is over, but the brain behind is working, saying that there is a next start and we are supposed to work upon that. Knowing what every man must one day know. It is in everyone's life. Everyone's life, the things come, they are very important. You feel as if without this there is no life, and some or the other day the thing has to be moved from your life, and every man knows that one, and everyone should know by the end of their life how to stand up. After they lose, how to stand up, they should know this one. In these 4 lines you have, the poet tries to give that when he is saying that this is a ball, it is a materialistic one and it is lost, and he says that money is external. You can put money and you can get one more ball. If you think the same with the human, if I have my old grandparents, if I lose one of them, can money bring that back? But if I lose that old parents or grandparents, can I just stop my life there? Or after some time, the grief is of course there, but after some time, I move trying to forget, but I have the emotions in my heart, whatever the experiences I had. So we should be very careful. It is not the materialistic world, materialistic thing, but it is even the humans. Humans, once they come onto the earth, they are tending to lose. We are tending to lose those humans also. So, but we should learn how to come out from that sadness and carry on with our life. So this is the first lesson in anybody's life related to your toy. Then when we grow up, our loved ones go off, and we should be in that, we should build up that strength, because from very young age we are learning that strength. We are trying to keep ourselves at the pace, saying that something comes to our life, will be going, but we are strong enough to make our life forward, move our life forward. So this is the inner meaning of this poem. Hope you understood. Thank you.